Anybody else want to drink?
I'll get this on.
Welcome to another episode of Poker Time. Playing 5-10 cash game poker here.
There you go.
These guys have been going at it for about an hour and a half so far.
This is actually the 1 millionth episode of Poker Time. Congratulations, everybody.
Yeah, everyone.
Did you just ask her if you can do the squirt?
Look in your mailboxes. There is a prize.
I mean,
It's hard to see.
Don't touch it.
It's hard to see.
Do not touch it if you value your life.
yeah.
Digital Danny going to start things off with the Queen Jack, and Danny's going to call with the 2 sixes.
I really seem like the type of person to just not ask.
There's the guys who've already acted.
confirming that it
What's up? Wonka's probably going to call closing the action, but he's
Yeah.
surprised me with his tightness in the past.
He does surprise us sometimes. It feels like a call.
Looks like
Has he already folded? He's already folded, though.
Yeah.
And he would have, had the worst hand, so.
That's a tight fold.
Yep. Maybe because Digital Dan opened, he thinks a pair is good less of the time.
But you can do other things than that.
I know. Anyway, don't question Wonka's ranges. That guy works on ranges more than anyone I know.
I don't care.
How dare you?
Sixes.
Dan with the check fold, and onward we go.
Fine.
Got that intern?
Danny was the big winner last session we did, and he's doing quite well again.
Will he?
I don't
Go
wanna
back to
embarrass you
back?
guys, though. Have you thought about like starting up the software
The
maybe the
champion.
day before?
It's a great question.
That would involve.
These guys are having a good time.
No attention to the man behind the curtain.
At least it wasn't Texas.
So, Brian, you're
20
usually a
on
really
one.
nice guy. I think you should have some sort of medium degree of insult. Not I wish you were aborted. There does exist a middle ground here.
I'm a miracle.
I think that's called. That's definitely called passive aggression. I think
Brian, of course, is one of our executive producers.
because he's always incredibly nice. He's incredibly nice, and then it just builds up until the point where he just explodes.
That's not what passive aggressive means.
It's pretty aggressive.
That's
Yeah.
Open
That's just straight
aggression.
aggressive. Yeah.
Well, passive aggressive is
You're
like.
thinking of passive hyphen aggressive. He's
Real
talking
calm.
about passive comma aggressive.
Which is
My
No,
understanding-
the comma is
I
key
agree.
for
This
sure.
isn't a thing, but-
Agreed.
Agreed, yeah.
So Danny
Yeah.
raised it up with the 6-4 off here.
We've seen him do it under the gun, so
Too.
it's not a huge surprise. Looks like that's a 3-bet from Wolf. I like it.
My understanding of passive aggression is that
Call is also, of course, totally
you're
fine.
passively.
Yeah.
thing.
But mixing in a 3-bet here and
it's
there
like
in this
you're
exact
constantly
situation feels
being
like
frustrated
it's
by
gotta be profitable.
circumstances
Agreed.
people,
There
and
goes
then, like,
Danny.
you're passive and
We'll probably
passive
get called
and
by
passive,
Wheel,
you're
but
still
I
being
don't know. Wheel's
aggressive, like,
SPR is not gonna be
internally, and then
great.
finally you
Wheel
get to
is
the point
gonna
where
call.
Is that not correct?
You're right. If he doesn't flop something, it's going to be very hard to win this pot.
Have I been in a
Wheel.
relationship?
Yeah, a lot
And
of
he does
passive
not. In fact, he
aggressiveness
flops.
I have.
happens in the
I
world.
have
Get
been
out.
in a relationship.
Gets
I've
outflopped.
been
He
in-
flops the unbest hand.
That was better said than how I said it.
Where's Wonka?
I like how this
Is Will gonna lead? He often does this and then checks. So.
He's not going to bet. He loves to check. He
Oh my God, he
leads!
leads.
Wrong again, everyone. We're
Why
wrong.
though? what did he do that for?
He's just, I don't know. It's a random play. Wolf has an easy call. Wolf has to think he's ahead most of the time. What's he losing to? Pocket eights and pocket deuces? What else is
An
it?
ace king that didn't 3-bet
No
initially?
chance.
Yeah, it's really
No
eights and
chance.
deuces.
That's fine.
Hearts,
might be
Hearts
chopping.
more likely.
Wolf luckily has the king of hearts in his hand.
Yeah, so he doesn't have to worry too much. I mean,
It's not great,
It's
but
885 left in a 1.2k pot. You just put the money in.
I don't expect Wheel's even going to take a shot here. I think he's done. There he is with the check.
I think Wolf should check back.
Yep, I fully expect that. He's going to give Wolf a free shot at 2 outs if he does check back.
Wheel,
but-
of course. But
Yep.
yes.
Wheel, of course. I fully expect everyone to follow my thought process, whether I say their name's correct or not. He's thinking about it right now, should I put him in?
He was actually trying to see if he could see Wheel's hand. Just like, maybe I could see it.
Wheel with about $900, so just 75% of pot. It's completely reasonable just to shove here.
Yeah, I don't hate it. And there he goes.
I mean, Will could have a worse king. He could have king jack. He could have king 10, both with a heart in his hand. He could have the ace of hearts.
Now if Wheel has a set, at least you have outs.
Yep. Just denying equity. Make sure you don't get something weird happen. It turns out
That's crazy.
Wolf
I
is in
can't
great
believe I had
shape,
the wrong
but-
definition of that. I've been wrong
so
all
Will
my
lost
life about that term.
tasty little $575 on
Yeah,
that
that
hand.
was an
That's
interesting
rough.
one.
It's all good.
Huh?
You just had a comma in it. passive and then aggressive.
Passive aggressive is like sort of like outwardly passive, but subtext is aggressive. Like, oh yeah, whatever, dude. You can just like be a cunt, I guess. Whatever.
It's like playing Josh.
No,
You
it's
don't
like-
have to do the dishes.
It's like really good hand, but I really want to kill
That's
you.
how.
Nice hand is a great
doesn't-
example.
yeah,
nice hand is an exact.
Wait,
Yeah.
but that was what I thought it was. But can't that result in like an eventual like?
Death.
Sure, but that's not part of the.
It'd be like if Cremio's
Okay, yeah.
wife-
So it might not be part of the
Instead of-
definition.
Where
but-
are we going with this?
So like if the dishes weren't done, instead of saying I would like you to do the dishes or I'm angry because you didn't do the dishes, if she's just like talking
Did you
to her
do-
friend on the phone and says,
40.
yeah, I guess I just have to live in a pigsty
Yeah.
because of my shitty husband.
Okay, so I feel like I had the right
Or better yet,
understanding.
thanks for doing the dishes.
I had the right.
Yeah.
I had the correct understanding of it, but for some reason I thought that part of that was that it could result in like.
Yeah, there's no blow up required for passive aggression.
Okay.
However,
It normally ends.
can't
in
be
a-
Does
direct.
normally interrupt.
It
like-
can't be a direct.
I take.
Does it?
I
Wait, it
take time
normally
to let
ends
the
in that?
dishes soak
It normally
while I
ends in a
walk
blow up?
talk on the phone,
for
too.
instance, Wonka wanting to take a shot at me, but instead using me in a metaphor about passive.
It's tough to understand humans if you're a wolf.
Check.
You know,
Apparently.
you try,
Just kidding.
but
It was-
you just want to hunt.
No, nice hand is the perfect
Ow,
passive
ow, ow,
aggressive.
ow.
Nice hand, nice hand. Check.
No,
Well played.
Cremio just keeps checking top pair here. Give him Wolf a
Yeah,
chance
well played, yeah.
Yeah, well,
to fire away. Here he goes. Some free money.
$30.
Yeah. Nice
Check.
catch.
Check.
Yeah.
That's good.
Flopped it.
You have a green second up from your black.
Oh, she just cost you 75.
I think Wonka's
Yeah, I know that,
example
Danny.
for passive aggressive was pretty good.
It was perfect.
That's called
Yeah, it was
passive
perfect.
aggression, right?
That's
I think not everyone did as good a job, but Wonka nailed it.
Yeah.
Oh
Thank you, Alex.
It's like passive aggressiveness is like your voice is still pretty calm.
Yeah, I know that. Danny.
Sure, that's a
Here's
component.
another one.
Doesn't have to be.
Big bar.
That, to me, that's more like sociopathic than rather than passive aggressive.
That's his ball bust.
It's never
I don't think
direct.
that's
Yeah, that's
his
it.
best.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
Cheers, guys.
My grandmother was passive aggressive. It was rough.
Who bought these?
She was so mean
Was
to
it like
all
a
of
guilt
us.
thing?
No, just pointing out everyone's flaws constantly to everyone else as if it was funny and normal and not strange. And,
Look,
and
Jonathan, Jonathan didn't make the soccer team. Isn't that funny?
no, she wouldn't say that. She's just like, oh, I didn't know that you've gotten so. Hey, look how fat he's gotten. Isn't that? Yeah, it's interesting. Different now. Stuff like that. Just lots of it all the time. But whatever your flaw was, she would just sort of like say a thing and then laugh afterward.
Yes.
I actually had to give her a talking to at one point. I like pulled her aside. I was like, "Can you not do that? I do not appreciate you saying that about me in front of everyone. Can you just talk to me directly or not say anything?"
That sounds great.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I don't know if it worked or not. I can't remember. It's been too long. But it felt good to say that. Anyway.
To be honest, Jack, that would be a weird question.
Size. All right, Mamba's probably gonna 3-bet this, right? Yep.
Give it a go, son.
And this is the weakest hand Wonka has ever seen in his life.
And Wonka's like, "It's Mamba. I'm calling."
Heads up.
Mamba's in there with ace-10 off,
Yep.
even though we can't see it.
I could just
You don't want to.
decides to stick around.
Are we good?
And Wonka's should have a lot of pretty straightforward decisions on a lot of flops, right? A lot of folds.
Nice thing about this hand.
Yeah. Of course, you're gonna flop one pair and put some money in once in a while, but your misses are big misses, of
I can't
course.
say it.
You're gonna just take a moment here and find our center.
Mid-hand holler.
You know, I have to
Here we
say,
go.
this is definitely the funnest session.
Well, that's a
I've
weird
played
one.
3. This
It's
is the
not
funnest.
exactly a good flop for Wonka, but
No.
it should be a range advantage board
Yes,
for
that's,
him.
that's true. We could
But
not
it is a
even
bad flop,
see
and a
what
7, of course, would be a little disastrous.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
would lose.
Destroying our world.
Yep.
As he is wont to do.
He needs a 4 or 5
Ken was vacuuming.
or hearts.
Just like
I would think Wonka's not gonna call this bet, whatever this bet ends
Yeah.
up
Not a
being.
metaphorical vacuum, it was a literal vacuum.
160, it looks like.
What do you think about betting this? Wonka?
I would see that.
I'm a little surprised. He does have overpairs. I guess he can have
I do remember
sets,
the first
I guess it would help if the
but it feels like he doesn't have too much 9-8. Wonka probably has more. I thought it was pretty reasonable he could check a lot of his range here.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't want to surrender the pot, though. And he's afraid checking will surrender it too often. Anyway, it's going to work.
Well, he dealt
He was
As you
sitting
said,
there.
Wonka basically at the complete bottom of his range.
I have Hey, little
Gets to
black
see the
dog
ace of
that has
spades.
Yep.
all of
It
his
was nice of
fur
Mama to
looks
offer to let him look at
I
one.
was hoping you
Yeah,
chose the
it's
other
like
one.
eyelashes all over my house. It's the worst.
I mean,
Oh,
Nick
yeah.
knew he was always losing.
Nick being
Unless it was
Wonka.
4 deuce. Oh, yeah. Wonka being Nick.
Who'd you go to
Get your name shit straight.
Nah, it's fine. I don't have to do that. Stuart, also, that's Stu Younger, in case you're wondering. He's going to straddle the button.
Yeah, 12 full days, like in 2 days.
Is that passive aggressive?
I don't know. That felt pretty just straight up
was-
aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just kind of
Sorry, I
sarcastic.
don't have a
Yeah.
training
Bad
bed.
umbrella, right?
Oh,
You're
it's like,
pretty pasty, dog.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
20 on
pretty
the
tasty, dog.
button.
You know what I mean? Like super white.
for sure.
A tanning bed.
Well, this is brown guy after all.
I almost
tried.
did.
I ruined it because I said something beforehand.
I
and
almost did.
I'm sorry. It's my fault.
Down to
Jonathan
Wonka.
would've
Excuse me,
rather-
Mamba and
Was gonna be the
Stuart.
one I was gonna use on the
Oh,
thing for the
oh, the old pump fake.
Can't let him have $15 for free.
Sorry,
He's got the-
That's a raise. That feels pretty strong when he does that. He's not strong, but it feels strong. You know?
Yeah.
I believe you.
Guaranteed,
Yeah, I get
Jonathan would call you Kareem.
Brown man call.
And King 6 should be a
Whoa.
raise in this spot. You just ran into the wrong
Jesus,
thing.
Look at
brown man's
that.
being
Yeah.
wild and goes all in with that.
So Stuart has to decide, is he going to put in the 3-bet, or does he just want to be a little trappy?
All right.
Trappy / variance mitigatey.
I mean, Jacks, you're happy to get in against frickin' Mamba with Jacks. I think.
Mamba. This guy.
Come on. Here's the 3-bet.
I think the 3-bet is a good idea because the dynamic created here is kind of a pissing contest.
Mm-hmm. Got very
You
quiet.
did attempt to
I
fold.
meant to fold actually. I don't know what happened. You can have it.
What a net.
Bryce wouldn't like that down.
Stuart even shows the Jacks.
Well, he's been getting out of line a bit more in
Yeah.
this session. He's probably trying to build a little cred.
Pretty sure that's what it is.
Should have crammed it. You had an over.
I sometimes have it when I 3-bet, guys.
Mhm.
Sometimes. Do Jacks count as having it? Well, I have that. That's what I have.
That counts in that
Of course
spot
it
for
does.
sure.
Of course it does. Very rarely are people going to turn Jacks into a bluff.
Bad move.
Pre-flop. You don't see that.
Situational awareness.
No, not really. They don't block anything except for jacks.
Yeah, what are we trying to get to
All
fold
part of
here?
the thought process.
How can I raise the smallest amount possible so maybe he goes in it?
Right?
Straddle.
Dan straddling the button.
Dan button straddled.
Give me a straddle.
She's got the Brute Squad t-shirt with Andre the Giant on there. That's a Princess Bride reference.
Cool.
Come on, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, you're really gonna? You are the worst, and
Wow,
everyone
that-
agrees.
That feels strong.
Yeah.
You learned some things from your grandma, I guess.
My grandmother would never say it that way.
She'd say, isn't
She-
Grant the worst?
She would say it. Yeah, she's like, you know,
It's interesting how you've gotten
He's-
shitty.
he's just that's he's got a manner which just most people just don't like that. How he is. She'd say stuff like that. Well,
RPG for you?
that's Wolf against Digital Dan, both flopping a pair.
Or random decision.
Random odd generator.
Game theory disaster.
Wait, what's RNG?
The Jan with the easiest call in all of the Western
How
United
cute.
States.
How can you randomize your play?
Pretty sure you were kidding, but not possible.
I don't want to
Good card for Wolf.
Real good card for Wolf. Kind of a must continue. I guess we could check call, I guess. We have a pair.
A little showdown value, but not a lot.
Well, I mean, Dan could have a 9, could have a worse 9. Dan checks it back. We like that as
No,
well.
he didn't.
Oh, you're right. Dan's
It's been
betting.
lied. We've been lied to.
Ah, interns.
In the beginning, there was
Wolf clearly has no folding here. The question is he going to turn this into a raise or not? He's got a pretty big range advantage on this board.
Who were the two people that?
What are you losing to? That can stick around. Ace 9, pocket 9s, pocket 3s.
So, yeah, set of threes.
Three
Feels
times you
like the most
Yep.
obvious one.
Yep.
Mickey Brown Man.
But those may be raises. The sets may be raises on the flop, especially the ace high
got
board.
him.
Looks like he is counting out the raise. And Dan hates his life.
Yeah. Now he wishes he just checked back. Get to see the river.
As we know it.
You can only put Wolf on 9x of spades or 3x of spades, which I don't think he has 3x of spades in his range.
Why can't Wolf have other spades?
I guess he could, but you'd really expect him to continue most of the time.
Oh, like the Jack X of spades,
Yeah.
Jack 10 of spades or something. I see what you're saying.
The 5 card.
Well, Dan's got the best hand, and Dan did call. Will Wolf take a shot here? Gotta believe a big bet's gonna get through, but when Dan calls there, now it feels like ace is up a lot, right? Like ace 3, ace 9.
Yeah.
Maybe
Does.
king 9 suited
On the
because
turn,
he was defending his straddle.
and spirit on the river. Only through
Wolf
the
gives
gates
up.
on the river.
Dan to check back, yes.
Oh, Dan's gonna be so happy. Look how quickly he turns it over. That's a joyous flip of the cards.
I thought this was going to be like Vedic text, and then I just realized you're just doing the premise of Avatar.
You should have really put fire on the river, though.
No,
Welcome
spirit
back.
on the river 'cause it's only
Dan's
towards
still
the
collecting his
south.
winnings.
I thought fire because shit burns on
Dan.
the river, you know.
Someone burns and is reincarnated for the next
probably
hand. Yeah,
using
dude,
them a lot.
we could go along
Okay.
with it. Poker avatar poker would work. Somebody could like
Stewart 2.0 with dice.
somebody with a lot of.
I like it.
So Stuart has now taken Digital Dan's dice.
Good.
Remember, Digital
a
Dan
lot
in the
of
old
games.
days would
Really
roll
scared
them
of
sometimes
two-pair
and say he was going to do whatever the dice said. He'd say, you know, like 8 or higher I raise, otherwise I call. Stuart's taken those dice. Maybe he'll use them because we know, Lord knows, Digital Dan doesn't.
Not too often.
No.
But not the use up
I
part.
think
I hope
I
that you
think
start
you
your
mostly.
odds at better than
There's gonna
2.
be
I
dice.
put words in
I
your
think you
mouth.
fold if I bomb the river, but
I don't know. I mean, I thought about it on the turn. I think it was going to be a dice roll.
Looks like we have the positions a little bit wrong here.
Yep.
Oh, missed our
See,
That-
Dan was
that
actually
would
saying
suck
he was
then,
going to roll
because
the
I know those
dice
dice
if
are not
Mike
nice.
bombed the river.
Huh.
About whether he should call or not. But you can see those little dice right in front of Stuart now. Hopefully they'll put him in some interesting spots. We always like that.
Call.
You wanna buy some time cards?
Not.
They're for sale. You ever?
If we're in a pot, I'll make sure to.
Are we getting this right, Cremio? Oh, Cremio's on the button and he called. Okay, that makes way more sense. The Jack 8. Flops a gutter.
Wheel continues. I don't know if this is a continuing board with deuces. Can't be that bad, I guess.
No. Heads up, and you're up against a pretty wide range when he's defending his button straddle, right? And you got the king up there. I think it's fine.
Yeah, that makes
You
sense.
hate that, though. If you wheel, you really hate that.
It wasn't, it is now.
So if I'm bluffing, I probably won't.
Wheel did bet, right? Oh, and then he hits the deuce.
Yeah, Wheel did that.
Wow. Well, luckily for Cremio, he doesn't actually have anything.
Yeah. And just bets 100 again. Looks like I like that. Wheel often makes that tiny bet when he is blocker betting and hates his life and is making sort of a weird bad bet. That was like pretty great to balance
If you
with.
can only buy
Yeah.
it, it has to be side money.
Did not work
Because
out though.
otherwise
I
you're
might have
paying with money
jumped
that's
all over
already
that if
there.
it was me and I was Cremio's shoes with the gutter.
Yeah.
Like, let's just make it 450 and see if you want to keep going. Wheel, and then he would have made me cry.
Fair enough.
He makes you cry a lot with just the things he says.
Well, also those eyes. Those puppy dog eyes.
Right, of course.
Let's go with 5-2-2.
Take the money.
When the time comes, we'll negotiate.
Bomb pot.
It's bomb pot time.
Bomb pot time. Double board, Omaha.
On the button that
Nobody knows what's going on.
Just absolute chaos.
Yeah.
But there are two boards. It's going to be split. Split pot between the two winners.
Picking the 5 cards up easier because you haven't said
4.
There's not PLO.
Have you tried just not turning the software off in between sessions?
I mean the 4 cards.
Because it is NLO.
Yep.
No.
That is
Just turn
correct.
on the day before. I said, let's give it a month. See what happens.
Saw that ace of
that the
diamonds,
guy?
maybe? Maybe not.
We got
There we
close.
go. I
No,
saw
she
5
got
of
it close to the
diamonds.
box.
I got
Maybe.
it close to the river.
5 ace 3 rainbow.
Dan's looking good.
The digital Dan is the nuts on that board.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
9, 10, 10 with 2 clubs. In fact, Dan even said Dan looking good on that first board.
Ah, wise.
Keep commenting.
Wise beyond his years.
Check, check.
Will doesn't really have anything here.
No. Neither does Wolf.
Nope.
Neither does Wonka. Mamba's got a little bit going on the bottom there. He's got multiple straight draws and a pair.
Yep. Digital Dan with trip 10s and top set. Holy moly, Digital Dan's got a hand.
Yep.
Wow.
Unfortunately for him, he also blocks the 3, making it less likely he can get paid on top by a worse hand.
Sure, I might have to.
You know, that bottom board is wet enough. You figure you get some action. I don't know if he's going to be able to get any. Maybe Mamba can give him some. I'm not sure.
We don't know what Stu has.
Mamba doesn't have anything else going on the other board. I think he's probably just going to let it go.
Yeah, the top board is real bad for Mamba.
Everyone folds and Dan wins. With
Yeah,
this
what a
monster.
monster.
Obviously.
That said, vulnerable.
Jeez.
Yeah, but usually going to win at least one board.
Usually. But, you know, 10, 10, 9, 2 clubs was the trip 10s board, and, you know, straights on the other board. And But, yeah, the top set wins a lot there. No question about it. Stuff runs, you know, backdoor flushes run out a lot. Someone always has it.
Someone always has it.
Come on.
That one, it stopped at the edge of the table. It stopped before anybody touched it.
What do you mean? Not the card.
We're gonna visit.
Oh, the board, got it.
Yeah. You may not even move that.
Yeah.
I'm going for quad.
You may not even move?
Yeah,
I mean, like, I'm gonna
please do.
move, but, like,
Okay.
you know, it's like, who knows how long
I
I'll stay
think
down
that's
there.
what the amount was going to be. That's why I bet everybody out.
You lived up here
No,
all
I
your
know.
life?
Yep. Vancouver, all my life.
We're not in Vancouver.
But he asked if I live up here, which is a very large swath of land
I thought
compared
he was
to...
talking about upstairs.
Yeah. in the attic.
Wolf in the attic. All right.
Girl in the attic.
Does Wonka play king, queen off under the gun? Everybody wants to know.
Well, he's got the blinds have actually folded,
Yeah,
so
so
it's
it's
a little
better.
different.
Dave used to live up
Do you think he would have folded if it were the real under the gun?
I think it's right on the edge for him. I think it's as close as it gets, and he probably thinks about who's in the game and all of that. I would guess he's going to play it, but I know he's not playing king jack off under the gun.
Looks like he's getting 3-bet.
Said he's going to use the dice every time.
Does look
decides
like he's
not
getting
to use the
3-bet.
dice on the first opportunity.
It's like 175 for Stu Younger with the 4 deuce.
Oh, he loves it. He loves the digital Dan. And he shows it.
Damn, I crushed. 4-7.
He gets the
And Wonka gets to sit there and be like, all right, buddy.
Let's
You
go.
keep doing that. We'll see how it goes for you.
Everybody chipping for Jay's straddle.
You're right. I should.
I guarantee that's what's going through Wonka's mind right there.
I don't know. Wonka probably just doesn't think much about it. Like, yeah, that's a hand I'm folding.
Well, we know what Wonka's actually thinking.
What is it?
That Johnny Depp Willy Wonka movie was really good.
I like colors.
4 days.
How many apples are there in the world?
Tia,
At least 10.
Tia, whatever Nick wants after this next break,
So, yeah.
just put it on my tab.
Good old Wonka.
Yeah.
Enjoy him, Texas. Great state of Texas. I'm sure you will.
I mean, it's tough to win.
It's a happy presence at the poker table.
It requires a lot of commitment or a lot of luck.
Commitment's a good way to go.
Looks like it's not a straddled
And
pot
leave
this
it open,
time.
please.
And Stewart is going to go ahead and take the 7 deuce and raise unless the interns got it wrong. We didn't actually get to see that.
I would guess it's probably real.
He just likes to win with the bad hand.
This is his last time playing on Poker Time for maybe ever, or certainly for
Look
a long
at this.
time.
Danny has 3-bet
Oh,
with
I've done
7-6
that.
suited.
Okay.
Unconventional hand to
Never
take
here.
in 3-bet with.
We're folding out the real hands.
Pro tip, never
All the real hands are gone. Digital Dan
He's closing the action, getting a pretty
Yep.
good price.
out of position, but not horrific, especially against the range that Danny probably brings to the table, as we see.
And as we see, Dan is in great shape against that particular hand.
He's going to lose on a lot of flops, though.
Ooh. He might
Ooh.
actually get a better 2-in on this on
Yep.
this board.
He's not folding on the flop. We know
Who's
that.
the brown man?
110.
You're the brown. Okay. I missed the context of those.
I worked on a painting
can't
crew
tell.
like
References.
30 years ago, and everybody had nice paintbrushes. We had a set of like 3 nice paintbrushes, and they hung in the van like on a little.
There would be a lot of pretty good cards for Danny on the turn. Can't see what it is yet, but
Brown man on mine.
there's a straightening card for him.
And a card that Dan didn't want to see.
Yep. Danny doesn't have too many 10s in his 3-betting range, but he's certainly got some. As we see, he's got 7-6, but that check back's got to feel great for Dan. And there's the ace.
Danny might rep that.
Yeah, I think a check is in order here.
He might not rep it with this particular hand, but
Right.
if he had a miss, or if he
If he
actually
has
had
ace
an
queen,
ace.
if he has ace queen, he's
Yeah.
gonna bet it, right? Now, if
Maybe
we
this
bet,
is a check.
we're gonna get called by all the big aces anyway. So unless Dan sizes up really big, I like a check.
250.
He goes 250 into 635. That is,
It's pretty small.
he's trying to get called by weak aces.
Or pocket pairs that I feel like Danny would mostly bet his
Yeah.
over pairs in the turn.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna get the call.
Wow. Well, I guess he knows that Danny likes to hero.
Danny does like the hero. And Danny's like, oh well,
mean, the whole way.
this did not work out. And Dan makes the face like, well, I got lucky on you,
Yeah.
Danny. But no, Digital One, you were ahead on every street.
No.
No, I had
Just
6-7.
by being silent?
No.
I
Never
missed
mind,
it.
Wolf.
I missed it.
Never mind. You played that horribly. It wasn't 4 deuce.
Seems like an optimistic call there by Danny.
Yeah, I think he's, when he gets hero-y, he starts to feel like he can hero every spot, perhaps.
That happens a lot. I've
Yeah.
been there where you start to feel like, well, I'm the guy who doesn't get bluffed. And then you just call everything and then you don't have any money in front of you. That's not happening to Danny yet, of course, but that certainly has happened to me in my life.
Me too.
Sucks. It doesn't feel good. You have to realize, oh, I have to be selective.
Be crushing it.
But it's fun being the guy who doesn't get bluffed and having that work for a
Oh, yeah,
while.
it
Oh,
feels good.
man.
It
You
feels
feel like
really
the
good.
smartest, best guy who's ever walked the frickin' plains of Nevada or Missouri.
Either one.
Montana.
No, not that
Lucky
one.
because you know I'm betting. big.
Mamba with the very pretty Jack 9 of diamonds.
Like you still have
Going to complete because, of course, we do have, it looks like a button straddle.
I'm being told it's the last hand of
Oh.
this episode.
So fast.
Wait, is it
Okay.
time wins with 4 deuce? Or just up
It's okay, there's more.
That still hurts. I
Next
wanna,
week.
It goes too quick for me. I like these. These are fun
I win.
games.
Wins up, actually wins up here.
Danny, is he going to put in a raise here?
I might.
He is. This feels like a response to losing the last hand in
Recently
the river
It's
call.
pretty small raise with 2 calls already.
I think Danny's head is not exactly perfectly clean right now.
Yeah, you think so?
That's my guess, because I would guess he would either raise more or not put in this raise. This feels like the worst of the options, is to raise not enough. Where these guys who limped are almost always calling.
Yep, they are always calling.
3.5x, how can they fold?
Or not?
No.
I think not currently.
We have not, yeah.
And in fact, they do call.
No, it doesn't have to do with the hand. It was,
I mean, did it sound like there was any
not
positive?
this hand.
I say we keep the game going after
King,
hours and play
queen,
40s
3,
all
2
night.
diamonds. What a flop from Mamba.
That is among the dream flops for Jack 9 of diamonds.
Yeah.
I like my idea better.
Is that a quarter?
We'll play.
I'll discuss it.
Danny's gonna just hope that these guys missed everything.
I mean, this is a great board for Danny's range compared to the 2 limpers.
Yep. Mamba should probably be raising, right?
Yep.
Just much easier to play that way.
You are willing to get it in, although 3K is a lot to put in with this hand. Still, the only thing that's a problem for you is the ace-x of diamonds. That's it.
He's just gonna call.
It's not the end of the world to just call here either.
Danny picks up a gut shot
Yeah.
and is, ahead. So those things are nice.
This is interesting.
Ace-6 off.
Danny very well might continue now that he picked up some equity.
Try to get Mamba to fold a queen.
Yeah.
Oh, it was?
Know that he's got the safety valve of at least a 5 and perhaps an ace.
Where I lost $500.
I like a bet here.
Oh, no.
I think I like a bet
We have a
too.
pretty strong range advantage.
He
There it
does
is. Now, as Mamba, we got 2 options. We certainly can't fold, right?
Raising is pretty strong, and I like it.
Me
Like,
too.
You can. It's like you're now finally just letting loose the trap with the
Not a
threes
bad
or the king queen.
Yeah. I think you raise enough that you're just committed to the hand. So like, you have an easy decision if he shoves on you. You make it like $1,400 here, $1,500. You just never fold. It's like, it's not going to be great if I get shoved on, but I've got equity. I would still win it like what, a third of the time or something. A little less, but it's fine.
A semblance of control. a
And
semblance.
Danny, like you said, if you recognize from Mamba's perspective that maybe Danny's a little out of his element now, having taken a couple body blows.
Yeah. Also, is Danny really? I mean, can Danny bet fold a hand like Ace King here? Maybe.
I might
Maybe he
have put it
can.
earlier.
He might not be in the mood to, though.
That is true.
That's the problem with the body blows.
Yep.
The good part is that his range might be a lot wider.
Right. He's got more folds, but he's folding less value.
Yeah.
Basically, right? He's got more
Do
bluffs.
you have
I think it's just a hand that demands itself to you just put in, make it 1,500 and see what happens. Let's see what Mamba does. He's really thinking about it. Looks like he's counting on a call.
I thought it was
You don't want to end up with
actually
Jack high and just
relatively
check,
accurate.
check, lose.
This would be something if it goes check, check, and then he wins with Ace High, the worst Ace High imaginable, and it's going to be a It would be like a $1,200
It's
pot.
like saying someone's nose is crooked. It's accurate, but also very rude.
Mamba
Oh
folds.
my goodness!
Wow, wow, wow.
That is quite the way to end the episode. I'm a little bit upset about it.
I am very surprised that
Hopefully
it
we
went
can
that
cleanse
way.
our palate next week on Poker Time.
From here on out, anybody who wins with 4 days gets